Hello and welcome to the weekly Global Heartstream. I'm Gabriel Gonzalez, a professional coach, artist, and speaker who enjoys traveling the world, connecting with amazing people, and talking about the longest, most rewarding journey that you'll ever embark on, the 12-inch journey between your head and your heart. Through individual and group coaching programs, online courses, and live seminars, I teach a heart-centered approach to personal mastery, leadership development, and spiritual growth that helps people become the most loving, joyful, and powerful version of themselves. The Global Heartstream is a weekly dedicated space to help you reconnect with your heart, raise your vibrational frequency, and remind you just how powerful, loving, and amazing you already are. It's also an invitation to unify our hearts with the intention of bringing more love, compassion, and healing to a world that so desperately needs it. You can find out more about my work by visiting gabrielgonsalves.com, where you can also sign up for my weekly newsletter, join the Heart Leader community, and register for my upcoming seminars. And if you enjoy this Heartstream, please be sure to subscribe, like, or comment so that we can reach more people and help make this a more loving, compassionate, and heart-centered world.
Hello and welcome to the weekly Heartstream. I'm your host, Gabriel Gonzalez, broadcasting live from the beautiful city of Granada. Today we continue on this last part of a four-part series that we've been doing on the topic of integrity, talking about an integrity audit. What is an integrity audit? How did you go about it? Why would you even want to do that? We're going to be talking about that a lot more. All right, let me welcome, hello Mara, hello Cindy, hello Suzanne, hello Ellen, namaste baby, hello Mary Rinaldi. How are you? Super hot here in Granada. I would say that summer has arrived way earlier than most people here anticipated. It's super hot, it's a bit humid, it's a bit muggy, and you can kind of feel like nobody wants to be outdoors. I just got back a couple of days ago from beautiful Portugal, where I had the opportunity to be with my Eternal Heart family, participating in a group of ceremonies and song and dance and connecting with friends I had not seen in a very long time. So I feel very renewed in many ways. I'm still in the process of integrating the new learnings. What about you? How are you? Let me know in a word or two, how are you feeling right now? How's your week going so far? Hello, Trish. Welcome. Hello, Veronica Camargo. I always appreciate your comments that you make after the broadcast. Mara says, Feliz, happy, maravilloso, and blessed Wednesday. Peace and love and light from Cocoa Beach. Thank you. It's beautiful. PJ, welcome back. You know who you are. Hello, Mary Rinaldi says, hello everyone, happy Wednesday, sending virtual hugs. Cindy says, hello. Thank you guys for sharing yourself with us. I'm grateful for this time. I hope that when you start your summer self-time in a couple of weeks, it will be fabulous. Yes, I'm hoping that as well. Thank you for reminding me to make that announcement. In case you missed last week's broadcast, next week will be the last broadcast for a while. I decided to take a summer break. And so we'll complete the series on integrity today. And then next week, we're going to be doing a summer solstice special guided meditation, since we'll be celebrating the solstice. And then I'll be taking a break to do some traveling, have some Gabriel time, and focusing also on a whole new weekly Heartstream that will be launching at the end of September when I resume from the holidays. All right, and while we're at it, let me share with you a couple more announcements. Okay, we have very few spaces left now for a pilgrimage of the heart, this year's pilgrimage from Santiago, or to Santiago de Compostela, from the beautiful city of Fatima. It's limited to only 12 participants. Okay, there's still spaces available, so if you really would like to be part of this year's experience, please get in touch with me. You can do that by visiting my website, gabrielgonzalez.com, and go where it says upcoming events calendar. Okay, this pilgrimage is happening from September 9th through the 20th. So we'll be starting the Heartstreams again right after I get back from El Camino de Santiago. All right, and finally, enrollment is now open for the next cohort of the Heart Leader Training Program. This is the Advanced Certification Training Program in Heart Intelligence Coaching and Heart Leadership that I've been facilitating every year. Some of you that are here are graduates of the program. It begins on Thursday, September 29th. And again, both of these events, if you want to find out more about them, you can visit my website. Okay, if any of you feels like you're not really sure which program is for you, there is a place on my website where you can schedule a call with me, where I'll be more than happy to spend 30 minutes or so just answering any questions that you may have and helping you decide which of my programs is the best for you, the right fit for you. All right, so what do we have here? Ellen says she's feeling good. Emma says, hello, Gabriel. I'm fine. From Holland. We were just speaking about Holland earlier today. What's the weather like over there? I hope it's much cooler than here. Suzanne says, I feel blessed and thankful. Trish says, sending abundance and love and gratitude. Rough week, severe COVID. Tell me about it. We are surrounded in a sea of COVID. And so, COVID is not what it used to be, don't you think? Doesn't it? You get that feeling like it's just like having a cold now? I don't know. Just the world overall perception has really changed. Cindy says, feeling renewed. Danny says, hi, everyone. Trish is laughing. Okay. Emma says, warm but nice weather in Holland. Okay, it's warm and nice. You know, I've never been to Holland. Not yet. So, next year, God willing, I will get back to doing a lot of traveling and touring also with the Path of the Heart seminar. So I'm very much looking forward to connecting with many of you. Hopefully I'll be back in the U.S. again, Holland, England, of all places. Yes, Italy, Romania, believe it or not, and South Africa. Yes. Bonbon, welcome Bonbon. How is Bonbon today? Trish says, no, it was bad, not like a cold. It was very bad, not like a cold. Yeah, I know. When it hit me, when I got it, it was at the very beginning. I mean, right before we even went into lockdown. And I spent 2 weeks really on my couch, only getting out to cook some food or to maybe speak with a client, and then climbing back to my bed. Excuse me. Did not want to do that right in your ear. All right, so let's dive into today's topic, which is, as you recall, continuation on this topic of integrity. And if I recalled, I think the most important thing that I would love for you to remember about this topic of integrity is that it begins with you. You can substitute the word integrity for the word alignment. And this is really what we're talking. There being alignment between you and the whole. That's really the definition of the word integrity, a part of the whole, a part that is in alignment, that fits with the whole. So we're looking at specifically the integrity that there is between what you say and what you do, between what you tell yourself, the agreements you make with yourself, your own sense of truth or what is true to you, and what you actually do. And here's the deal. When you are in integrity with your word, when you are in integrity or alignment with what you've chosen to do or who you're choosing to be in this life, there's a sense of progress and movement. And we spoke about this last week. And the more in integrity you are, the more you keep your own words, the more you keep your own commitments to yourself, the more confident you feel, the more self-worth you have, right? The more you value yourself, the more you value your word, the more you value yourself, the more you value your word, and so does your word and your value increase. And so that's what happens every time you're in alignment. But when you do the opposite, when you're out of alignment with yourself, when you say to yourself one thing but then do the other, when you tell people that you're going to do a certain thing and then you do the other, what happens is you literally are taking a step backwards or a side step. Okay, so Steve Chandler, who's one of my favorite coaches, and is a coach who's had a tremendous impact in my life and in my coaching practice, he has this beautiful idea or concept of plus one and minus one, which basically says at any given moment, any action that you're taking, it's either moving you closer towards what you really want or it's moving you away from it. So I want you to think of the plus being the alignment part or the integrity part, when what you do is matching what you've chosen, what you've said. And the minus one is when you basically do the opposite or don't do what you said that you were going to do. And therefore, you're getting farther and farther away from that goal, from that vision, from that special outcome that you want to have. Which is why it's really important to set some time aside regularly to do what I'm about to describe. I call it an integrity audit. And just like big companies get audited, right? In the US, everybody's afraid of the IRS, right? People are afraid of being audited. Why? Because they're going to possibly find your mistakes or the areas in which you may have incorrectly put an amount or overlooked something else, right? And so this is what we want to do. We want to do an audit. Now, it would be great if we could have somebody else do this for us, but for the majority of us, it's a process that I think it's way more empowering. When you have the willingness and you have the courage to face yourself and admit to yourself the truth. What truth? Well, your truth about a particular situation, relationship. It takes a tremendous amount of courage to look at yourself in the mirror and say, hey, I really want this, and I've chosen this, but I'm missing the mark. I'm doing the opposite. I told myself I wanted a romantic partner, but constantly I'm looking at myself in the mirror saying how ugly I am, how old I am, how nobody's going to love me, and how I'm just blah, 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 I'm not worthy, and blah, 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 blah. It takes courage to finally say, like, what I'm doing goes against what I actually want. So it's not a matter of right or wrong again. You know, you may be in greater integrity by actually looking at yourself in the mirror and maybe saying, I don't want a partner because I don't feel good about myself at this moment in my life. And that's perfectly okay. And that's actually you coming more and more and more to your own truth. Finally admitting that's just not what I want. This is actually something that was part of my experience a while ago, where I had made the decision that I wanted to manifest a romantic partner and etc., and began to do the work. But then I found myself boycotting myself. I found myself sabotaging myself and doing a lot of behaviors that went against what I really wanted. And so I had to really look at myself in the mirror one day and really admit to myself, you know what? The truth is right now, I don't really want a partner. What I really want right now is to have the freedom to come and go, to meet people, to enjoy life. And so if the person shows up, great. And if it doesn't show up, great. But right now, I just want to really have fun and enjoy myself and continue to develop my gift, to continue to grow my practice and to continue to do this. And the moment I did that, it was very liberating. So you can come into alignment by if you think of like a rubber band, right? And you stretch it out, that creates tension, right? Between something that you want and something that you're doing. And so you could decrease the tension by moving the right hand closer to the left or the left hand closer to the right. And the way you can do that with regards to your integrity is either by bringing your actions in alignment with what you want, or just simply deciding this is not what I want. What I want is the other thing. And then making peace with that, and then just let it all go. This is what personal integrity is ultimately all about. You being truthful with yourself. You telling yourself the truth. Now, the integrity audit exercise, it's very simple. Okay, I normally recommend that you do this process looking at the 4 major key areas of life. I call them the 4 pillars. The first one being health and wellness. Second one being relationships and love. The third one being career success and money. And the last one being spirituality and purpose. Okay? So, looking at the area of health and wellness, and then really ask yourself, what do I want to create in this area? What is my vision? Who do I want to be as it regards to my physical body and my relationship to my body and my physical health and my level of energy and how I feel inside of my body? What kind of a person do I want to be? How do I want to feel, etc.? And then obviously, what are the actions or the habits that are going to create that for me? Now, once you clear what are the things that you know you need to be doing to create that, to be that, right? It's important then that you also ask yourself, what is it that I need to stop doing that goes against this? Okay, so for example, like you're speaking about the health and wellness. If you decide that you want to get lean and you want to be in the best shape of your life and you want to feel strong and have a lot of energy and feel emotionally healthy and strong, and you sign up for the gym, great. That's something new that you needed to do to make that happen. But let's say you're only sleeping 2 hours a day. I know people who sleep 2-3 hours a day. So you're sleep deprived. And so you have no energy. And so your thinking is foggy. And then your immune system is very weak. And so you get sick a lot. Well, then you know that you need to stop going to bed at 3 o'clock in the morning or binge watching on television shows or whatever it is that you're doing that it's keeping you only sleeping 2-3 hours a day. And so what are those things then? Right? First we started with what is it that we need to start doing. Next is what is it that we need to stop doing? And that requires, as I said, taking a really hard look at yourself and saying, in what ways am I keeping what I want in this area away from me? In what ways am I sabotaging my success? That's important, that you look at all the many ways in which you're denying, even delaying what you really want. And then the third part of the audit is, what is it that you need to continue to do? In other words, what is it that you are already doing, that it's working, that it's moving you in that direction, that it's in alignment or integrity with what you want, that you need to continue to do? And so this gives us 3 columns that you could put down on your sheet of paper. Think of it as, you look at the area of health and wellness, and then obviously you have to start with what you want, your vision, your goal. And then you're going to write down start, stop, continue. What is it that I need to start doing to come into alignment, to come into integrity with this? What is it that I need to stop doing, that it's keeping me out of alignment, that it's distracting me? And third, what is it that I need to continue to do? What is it that I'm already doing, that it's working, that it's moving me more and more and more in alignment with what I want, that I need to keep? Same thing then you're going to do for the area of love and relationships. What is it that you want? What is it that you're choosing to have? If you're somebody who wants to manifest a romantic relationship or a business partnership or a new family or have a child, whatever that may be. Or maybe you're somebody who, I was talking to one of my students earlier in the Heart Warrior class. She was speaking about how her vision for the rest of this year is to feel more connected to friends. She says she's been spending a lot of time alone the past of the year. She went through a very intense healing journey, and so she needed to protect herself. But she says, I really want to now begin to cultivate a community of friends locally and online that I can spend time with and get to know and grow with and support and feel supported. Okay, and so that became her new goal. So what is your goal with regards to this area? And then again, remember the 3 parts of the integrity audit. What is it that you need to start doing to bring yourself into alignment with what you want? What is it that you need to stop doing? And what is it that you need to continue to do because it's already working? And then the same thing with the 3rd area of career, success, money, pretty much everything that relates to the world and the world of materiality, including home, car, possessions, all of that. What is it that I want? What is it that I'm choosing? And then go through the same 3 columns. What is it that I need to start doing? For some of you, may be saving. For some of you, may be finding ways of creating, expressing your creativity in exchange for some monetary value as a way to begin to build, create some wealth, create some money. And so what is it that you can start doing? What is it again then that you need to stop doing? Okay, that it's draining your money. Perhaps you have a habit, perhaps you have some kind of an addiction or something that your money is just draining that way, or your creativity is draining that way. Okay, and so then, okay, these are the things. I need to take a really good, hard look at my life, this area of my life, and basically see all the areas in which my energy is leaking, my money is leaking, my focus is leaking, everything, my attention is leaking. And then what is it that I'm doing that it's working, that I can continue to do? And then finally, the 4th key area of life, which is the area of spirituality and purpose. Many people say or decide that they want to have a deeper relationship with God or with spirit, but don't do anything about it. They don't pray, they don't meditate, they don't read spiritual books. They just kind of hope it will happen someday. Like you'll just become enlightened, like Eckhart Tolle one day. Boom, you'll become a famous author. Like, it doesn't quite happen like that. It does happen. It's definitely by the grace of God. My point is, work is involved. Some action is required. The whole idea then is that as you look at these different key areas of your life, you can start identifying then all those behaviors that are negative, not because they're bad, but because they negate you, what you want. Negative and positive really have nothing to do with what we normally associate it with. The word positive comes from the Latin word, or the same root as the word position. So it's really all about positioning. And the word negative means negates. So something positions, aligns you with it, and something negates it. All right? So we're not talking again about good or bad. What we're really talking about is what you're doing on a regular basis, bringing you closer to what you want? Or is it pushing you away from it? Is it getting you farther and farther and farther away from it? It's a question that only you can answer. Nobody else can answer that for you. I mean, obviously, as a coach, I work with clients and I help them and I ask them these tough questions. And it takes, like I said, it takes tremendous amount of courage to finally admit to yourself, I want this, I'm committed to this, this behavior, this thought, this attitude, this addiction, this whatever, it's actually negating it. It's out of alignment. It needs to go. It needs to go. You'd be surprised what could happen as a result of doing an integrity audit, really taking a hard look at your life and looking at what's not working, what its alignment, what needs to go. A couple of months ago, I began this process, the summer months, or this just before, time around my birthday. As you know, my birthday was in April. It's always a time very reflective. I'm sure it's probably the same for you. And I started thinking a lot about my goals, my vision, and I started asking myself some difficult questions in terms of like, what are some of those actions that are taking up my energy, that are not really bringing me the results or even closer to what my goals are? And am I willing to let them go? And as a result of that, one of the things that I let go of was of all my social media accounts. So some of you may be here because you used to listen to my broadcast on Facebook. Well, I no longer have that Facebook page. I decided to only have one channel to communicate with you, and this is through YouTube. I closed down Twitter, closed down Instagram, closed down, what was the other one? The LinkedIn and Facebook. Why? Because the truth is, I never really liked how I felt when I was on those platforms. Because the truth is, deep down, I'm not really in alignment with the values that the companies that run those platforms really have. And so I just decided, okay, I'm going to leave them. And I'm only going to focus on growing and building the YouTube channel as the primary channel for connecting with people who are interested in what I have to share and my message, and only work on this platform as long as I can. And so to do that, you have no idea how much I struggle with that. I had to deal with fears of like I'm missing out. Fear of suddenly like losing what I thought were friends or connections, or other people that I enjoy reading about what they're doing and whatnot. But once I let it go, within a week and a half, suddenly I started to feel more creative. Suddenly I had more energy for other things. Suddenly I was playing more guitar. Suddenly I started enrolling new students and feeling, just having more peace of mind. Okay. Now, that's what was true for me. That's the kind of peace I was looking for. That is the kind of energy I wanted to have. And so I made some difficult decisions to eliminate or release those things that are just not in alignment with me. And so my question to you is, what are those things that you know have to go? Because they go either against with your value, or you know they're distracting you, they're keeping you from expressing your higher potential, they're keeping you from having what you really want. They're keeping you distracted, keeping you safe, keeping you dormant, addicted, whatever. What are those things? Who are those people also that you know, those relationships that are, you just know, the expiration date has come and gone, but you're still holding on to them. Maybe hoping that they will change, hoping that they will love you someday, that they will value you, that they will recognize you, etc. All those people that you just know. It's just so much work. You receive so little from that connection, from that friendship, but yet you have to put so much into them. It's the same thing with clients. Those of you who are practitioners may have some clients that you're charging them less money because you really want to help them out, but they're the ones that take up most of your energy, most of your time. They're not really doing the work. They're not really interested in changing or growing or committing or whatever, yet you're full with a lot of them and they just weighs you down, and you just kind of know like, I don't really enjoy working with this kind of people anymore. So if you're really willing to do the work of conducting this internal or self integrity audit, this is really what I should have called today's talk, the theme for today's talk, the self integrity audit. It will be difficult, but I promise you, the burning sensation in your belly that you'll get afterwards, that comes from feeling more empowered, will have been worth it. Integrity, especially self-integrity, is the first level of empowerment. The moment you would finally admit to yourself something's not working, something's out of alignment, something feels off, something has to go. This is not me anymore. At that moment, poof, magic starts to happen. So what is that for you that you need to let go of? Trish, PJ, Bun Bun, Emma, Danny, Cindy, Ellen, Veronica, Mara, Mary, Suzanne, and those of you who are part of the Invisible Friends family. What do you need to let go of? You know. Now here's the thing. Identifying what needs to go is not the same as letting go. I mean, me identifying that, or coming to the realization that I needed to let go of my social media accounts to free up space for creativity and for real life connections, etc., was the first step. But the second step is choosing it, making the choice, and making the commitment. And then obviously, boom, coming back again into integrity and alignment with a new choice, and then pushing through, following through with that action that only you can take. Having that difficult conversation with that person, sending that difficult email, clicking on the delete this account button like I did with the social media accounts. Yeah. And with social media, it's very tricky because they know when they build them how addictive they are, and they know that most people will change their mind. So they actually don't want to delete the account right away. They give you 30 days to think about it. So luckily, I'm way past that 30-day limit. So they've already been deleted. All right. So with that as an introduction, let's move now into today's guided meditation. And in today's guided meditation, I want to invite you to strengthen what the Ascended Master teachings refer to as the threefold flame within the heart. The Ascended Masters teach that within the heart there's a tiny little flame that is 1/16 of an inch that has like three little plumes: the pink, the gold, and the blue. Each one representing a different quality of God. One of them symbolizes the love of God. The other one symbolizes the wisdom of God. The third one symbolizes the power of God. To come into greater alignment with ourselves, with our own divinity, to come into greater alignment. Sometimes our own little human egos, our own human selves cannot do that. Remember, our human egos will seek above everything pleasure and do everything it can to avoid pain. It takes self-love to come integrity with yourself. It takes wisdom to identify what it is that you need to surrender and let go of. And it takes power to take the necessary action. So with that, I'd like to invite you to Gently close your eyes and bring the awareness to the center of the heart. And allow me to be your guide into the sacred temple within you, so that we can then expand this threefold flame within our hearts. Let us begin. We start by setting the intention to individually and collectively align our hearts to the heart of God and expand within us this divine spark of love, wisdom, and power, that we may grow in love for ourselves and our own humanity, that we may grow in the wisdom to be able to discern what needs to be surrendered, and we may grow in courage and power to do what is necessary to live our truth, to manifest the life, relationships, the career, the abundance, the money, and all the resources we need. As we begin to breathe in and out of the heart, focusing the breath right there where the heartbeat originates. Allow me to speak these words on your behalf. Dear God, our Divine Father and Divine Mother, in the name of your Son, Jesus the Christ, in the name of the Sacred Heart of Mother Mary, and the compassionate heart of Buddha, and speaking on behalf of everyone here today, I call forth the activation, the expansion, the blazing of the threefold flame within your heart, in each one of our hearts. Please radiate your light of love, wisdom, and power in everyone who's here present today, and everyone who may be watching this replay. Let there be love in their heart. Let there be wisdom in their heart. Let there be power in their heart. As each of one of us breathes deep within our hearts, let the flame ablaze within. Let us from thee never sever, as our reunion now begins. Let this light shine within each one of our hearts in a way that is perfect and ideal for every person here today. All this according to thy will. We thank you and accept it done here and now. Amen. We imagine now the sun, the way you envision a sun on a beautiful, warm, sunny day. And we begin to see now inside of our hearts there is a small replica of that sun. We feel its warmth. We breathe into it, energizing the flames of the sun that shines within our own hearts. There, in middle of our hearts, at the center of that sun shining inside of us. Imagine that there is a temple. See yourself walking into that temple. Walking into a temple with reverence, as if you're about to meet someone or something very special. As you make your way into this sacred temple of the heart, you see an altar. And right over this altar, this threefold flame burning. Within it, the pink, the blue, and the gold. Around it, the white light emanating from the heart of God. You now take a moment to bow to this sacred light within you. In the Eastern traditions, this sacred meeting of this inner flame is met with the mantra Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Which means in essence, I now bow to the divine spark within me. I bow to the flame that is my God flame inside of me. I bow to the radiance of the blue, the gold, and the pink inside of me. The first thing we do is we balance this flame. We want these three qualities of God to be balanced. When there's too much power but little love, we can be very destructive. When there is a lot of love but little power, we feel helpless. So we want this triune light to be balanced, to be harmonious, so that there's more than enough of each of these three qualities. As you breathe in and out of the heart, please repeat with me. Dear God, balance your threefold flame in me. Balance the threefold flame in me. Balance the threefold flame in me. See, feel, and imagine the flame within your heart now becoming balanced, strong, harmonious. Now, imagine that with every breath into the heart, the flame now begins to blaze within. As it begins to blaze, ask God, dear God, blaze your threefold flame in me. Blaze the threefold flame in me. Blaze the threefold flame in me. See it, feel it, as it begins to gain intensity. Each plume becoming stronger, brighter. Next, we imagine now this threefold flame within us beginning to expand. Its luminosity, its blue, pink, and gold expanding in every direction. As we now say, Dear God, expand your threefold flame in me. Expand the threefold flame. Expand the threefold flame. For the next few moments, as you continue to breathe in and out of the heart, feel appreciation for the flame that powers your heart, that animates your body. It is from that flame that your electromagnetic field emerges. This flame is your connecting point to the present moment. This flame is the place from which your life is being created moment to moment. To feel gratitude for this flame is to feel gratitude for your life and the many gifts that you have received. Feel appreciation for your life. And allow this feeling of appreciation to balance, blaze, and expand this threefold flame within you. Know that this is real. That within you, the threefold flame of love, wisdom, and power of God is balancing, blazing, and expanding in you. And that right here, right now, you are the threefold flame in action in you now. Say it and declare it by affirming, I am the threefold flame in action in me now. I am the threefold flame in action in me now. I am the threefold flame in action in me now. I am love, wisdom, and power. I am the love of God burning in my heart. I am the wisdom of God guiding my decisions. I am the power of God expressed through my actions. I am the living flame of truth. I am the truth that sets me free. I am the threefold flame in action in me now. Heavenly Father, thank you for the gift of this life. Thank you for the capacity to love ourselves the way you love us. Thank you for having built within us the capacity to see ourselves, to self-reflect, and to recognize that which is no longer working, applicable, or needed in our lives. Please grant everyone here today the wisdom to recognize what needs to be surrendered, what needs to be let go of. The wisdom to remember who they really are and what are the necessary actions required for the manifestation of our true heart's desires. Give us, oh Heavenly Father, the power and the courage to take the necessary actions to align our deeds with our words and our thoughts, that we may live in greater harmony and alignment with ourselves and the eternal truth that lives within our hearts. We thank you and accept it done here and now. All this according to your divine will. And so it is, and it is so. Amen. For the next few moments, allow yourself to enter a deeper communion with this threefold flame within you. As you allow this flame to continue to expand beyond your physical body, and allow it to shine all around you. Softly we initiate now our full return to this physical reality that surrounds us, choosing to bring this deep feeling of inner peace and connection with the sacred space within us into our next activity, into the next moment. Knowing that this flame within the heart is real. Just because it's not perceivable with the eye doesn't mean that it's not there. We know it's there. We feel it. Is the part of us that is not only our connection with the divine, but it's also what powers our hearts and gives us its life. Gently, please open your eyes, coming back fully from this experience, feeling wonderful, feeling energized, and feeling more relaxed. All right, we're arriving at the end of our time together. Can you believe how quickly time went by today? It always goes by quickly. How are you feeling? What are you taking away from our midweek encounter? Well, I sincerely hope that these different points of views and intimate sharing of the past few weeks has helped you in perhaps arriving at a definition of personal integrity that empowers you, because that's really what it's all about. Integrity is a very powerful tool to help you come closer and closer with your true self. Very powerful tool. It can help you get what you want, or more of what you want. Ellen says, thank you for sharing your gift with us. Namaste, baby. Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking we're gonna rename this broadcast when we come back in September. Call it the Namaste Baby podcast. No, I'm kidding. It's a cool name though. Veronica says, thank you, Gabriel. I appreciate you. Emma says, nice, thank you so much. Bum bum says, thank you, Gabriel, for all you do. You truly are a blessing. Sue, hey Sue, says integrity is indeed empowering. Emma, such a nice topic. Yeah, but as I said last week, quite a difficult one to talk about. It's not easy to talk about the areas I'm out of integrity with, but it's kind of like that rubber band that I was speaking about earlier. When I'm out of integrity with something, I can feel the inner pressure, the inner discomfort. Mara says, thank you, gracias, smiling and sending good vibes your way. Mary says, important topic. All right, so thank you once again for hanging out with me today on this really beautiful Wednesday afternoon. I wish you, wherever you are in the world, a wonderful rest of the week. And yeah, just to remind you again that next week we'll be doing a special guided meditation, special solstice guided meditation. And it will be our last broadcast until our next season. I guess you could say we'll be doing season 2 of the Wheelie broadcast from Heartstream, sorry. Wheelie is an inside joke. I misspelled it, left the K out for a very long time until Heather noticed it. And so yeah, we'll be coming back. You'll see some improvements in some of the way we do things. Also, part of the idea is I would like to bring some guests to introduce you to some of the important teachers and people in my life, and some members of my community that I think you would really benefit from their stories and also their wisdom. So please take care of yourself so that you can take care of others, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Okay, until then, I send you all my love from my heart to yours. Bye-bye for now.
Thank you for joining me in this week's Heartstream. I hope you're walking away feeling more connected to yourself and your divinity, to the planet, to others, and to all of life. Please be sure to subscribe so that you can receive notifications about upcoming broadcasts. And if you would like to sign up for my weekly newsletter, join the Heart Leader community, or register for my upcoming trainings and seminars, be sure to visit my website, gabrielgonzalez.com. Until the next time, please take care of yourself so that you can take care of others. And as always, I send you all my love from my heart to yours. Bye for now.